Okay, this is day 1, 2, 5. Day 5 of our mission trip to England. St. Thomas Episcopal Church's mission trip to England. Today we got our first opportunity to reach out to kids in schools. It was very strange being in a school. There was this kind of underground feel to everything, almost like we were being snuck in. We were reaching out to kids who didn't seem to have much exposure to the church or to God at all. The focus ostensibly was on family and what it means to have a family. Some of my youth struggled to get conversations started. Some of them struggled to direct the conversation in a direction of the gospel, but for the most part, I think we did pretty good. For our first time, I felt good. I did hear the words. I did hear that the training we went through was very useful, very helpful, and that made me happy. So we worked with some of the older kids at one school, and we worked with some children at another school, just telling a Bible story. The highlight of the day was, well, there were two highlights of the day, actually. The first was at the older kids' school. Made some real connections and got the opportunity to expose to people to some biblical ideas, to some Christian ideas that they might not otherwise have been exposed to. Again, I think overall it worked out really well. The other high point was we climbed Roseberry Topping. Beautiful spot. The scenery was just stunning. And at the top, Mike Taylor, who runs the Tees Valley Youth for Christ program, told us his story about how he came to become a missionary here, and about the importance of long-term missions and of the work that's being done here. He read the Ezekiel passage about the Valley of Dry Bones, and specifically about, and we prayed over the town. It was just beautiful, and a great witness, a great way touch the face of God, that kind of thing. Afterwards, we had a wonderful meal with one of the families that are hosting, with a family that's hosting Kendall. The overall theme of the day was really about what this town needs. Less than 3% of the people here are really any kind of committed Christian. Less than 3% of the town even goes to church. 600,000 people, 10,000 people in church on any given Sunday. Additionally, the overall statistics they gave is that 3% of the country are committed Christians that have a relationship with Jesus Christ. So, again, what's re-emphasized for me is what's needed here. They need manpower. They need long-term missionaries. I'm already really focused on how we're going to help them once we get back. I have got to make this a part of my ministry. I know in my heart I'm not called to be here as a long-term missionary. I just know. I don't feel called to that. I do feel called to finding a way to helping these people out. Through continued short-term missions here, I'm going to try to arrange that, but I also want to find ways to get long-term missionaries here from the Episcopal Church and getting money for those long-term missionaries so that they can continue the work that's being done here. So tomorrow we go back into the schools again. We're going to be spending more time in the upper schools. Friday's all lower school stuff, all elementary stuff, and then we're home. So 2 more days, and then Saturday morning we come home. God bless you all.